University for me. UNA University for me. UNA, 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 UNA.
Yes. UNA. Yeah. To your paradise. Yeah. Yours truly to be in the house representing UNA University and you on your own. That's one every day. Now it's just a long way. Yes. UNA. Yeah. Welcome, and welcome. Hello, everybody. I'm yours truly, Diva Reed, with UNA University and UNARepublic. I want to say welcome and thank you for joining. All right. What we got going on? We're talking law. Let's talk some law today. Welcome. Drugpa, welcome. Thank y'all for joining. Okay, so we're gonna get into some law today. I want to take this opportunity to answer some questions. I want to take this opportunity to answer some questions. All right, so we're going in on this today. Now, if you have any questions about law, if you have any questions about, uh, you know, even the spiritual side of this game, we want to go into it because y'all know I really love going into the universal laws. You'll have questions about history. All right. I want to go into it now. As we get into this thing, I want to remind you all, if you're interested in the trust package, all right, or the membership package that comes with your trust documents. I want to make sure you all know to find that link in the bio. You could also visit us at unauniversity.com. All right. Right here, this comes with the trust package. This is your trust. And I'm going to answer some questions about this trust that I got in some of the comment sections. This also comes with your membership badge. This badge will show that you are a member of UNA, and it comes with your allodial ID. And on the back, there's a QR code that will hold your documents that are on public record. Okay. Also, it comes with an education. You got to go through the course to make sure you have an understanding of how to use these powerful tools. And then we also put them on record for you. All right. Now, I had some questions about the trust documents, and let me make this clear. UNA is not in any way interested in owning you or trying to hold you. Gotta fix my little camera. Or trying to hold you in any way. All right. It's not our desire. We want you to have all of the information so you know how to act accordingly when it comes to all of the laws. So it is not for us to be in control of your estate. It's not owned by us. We are just the ones who have helped you put them on record. The other thing that we do is we're also going to make sure that you understand what these documents are. And then UNA becomes a sovereign entity that is standing behind you, another sovereign entity or a nation, because you are a nation when you create these documents, okay? You put these on records, you become a nation. So let's make that clear. It's never about us wanting to be in control of your estate or having ownership of it. You are the one who needs to be the owner of it, and you need to be fully aware and understand how to use all of these tools. That's one of the reasons why UNA University is place, because we found that we are creating these very powerful tools for people, and they clueless. You can't have freedom when you have no knowledge. You just can't. When I get people out, Dave, when I get these documents, am I gonna be free? Well, if you gotta ask me if you're free, the answer is no. The answer is no. If you want freedom, you must have knowledge. You must have knowledge. Well, I'm gonna say this again. I said it over and over again. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna keep saying it. Ignorance and freedom do not coexist. They don't go together. At no point. Ignorance and freedom, they don't coexist. So if you want to have freedom, you have to have knowledge. And it's not just paperwork going to give you your freedom. Why? Because when agents come at you, their whole thing is to get you into a contract. They need you to sign something. And the minute you go and signing things, you're going to be in another contract. You're going to be in another bond. All right. The only way you get out of or get into freedom is with knowledge. And then you have tools like the membership package, like the membership badge, like the allodial ID. These things are what helps you to become or use your freedom. They're just tools. And I'm gonna say this again. It's like when you in the woods. You in the woods and you got this biggest gun on the planet. All right? You got the biggest gun on the planet and a bear jumps out at you and you don't know how to take the safety off the gun. Well, you can ready to be eaten up. Forget it. Nobody can help you because you don't even know how to use the weapon. Okay, that's the same thing with this. If you don't understand what each and every last one of these documents are that you're putting on record, you people go and pay 15, 200, 2,500, 5,000 and on up for documents, and you get a lawyer to file them, and they're not telling you what the documents are for. They're not telling you how to use them. They're not telling you what the power of them are. When you're talking about the power, okay, with your bank, I can't tell you how many of y'all out there that somebody's garnished your wages, or let's just say they garnished your checking account. If you want to trust and you know how to use your tools, well, can't nobody be garnishing nothing. It won't be no, oh, well, the IRS said that you owe them money. And so we, as the bank, we had to allow them. Well, this trust document here says otherwise. These documents here say otherwise. You got to know what this is. Okay, when the IRS, or here you go, the state of Texas or the state of Tennessee is probably going to be like the state of Tennessee. You owe us taxes for the 2021 year. Excuse me, but these documents here say otherwise. These documents say otherwise. When your job comes talking to you about, oh, well, the IRS or the CIA or whoever it is, they said that you owe them money and they're going to garnish your wages. These documents here say otherwise. You got to know how to use these tools. But you also have to have the knowledge. You don't know how to use them if you don't have the knowledge. So yeah, these documents are very powerful, and it's not for us to want to be in control of your documents. We need you to be in control. That's why we have the classes. We don't want you to just be OID will be in the UNA. They gave us some documents, but we don't know how to use them. You're not gonna help us if you have no knowledge. We need you to have knowledge. All right. Y'all go look up how much it costs for somebody to create a trust. Go look up how much a lawyer is going to charge you to create a trust. Go look it up. Look it up and then get back to me and let's have this conversation. Because if you say to me, what the rate that we're charging is high, then I gotta say to you, you clueless about what kind of power these tools hold. You're clueless about what kind of powers these tools hold. And the students that come into my school, the university, they learn why lawyers charge so much. You got to know what's going on. All right. So I want to welcome everybody in. I want to get, once again, questions about any topics concerning law, concerning trust, concerning history. V says, "Is that you? Is what? Is what me? V? Hello, V. Let me give a shout out to all my people coming in here. Mick, Show Nia. Let's see, Divine's in the house. Doris. Uh, Divine, thank you for liking the live. I want y'all to like and share. Stay Go, thank you for the love, my friend. Tim, thank you for the love. Nisha and God all awesome. Halo, Knock and Wavo, thank y'all for joining. I want y'all to like and share the live. This I am not Vanessa, but I do like the name though. My name is Diva Laree, by the way. Jennifer, welcome. Goldie, Greg, Zeeg, thank you for joining. Dave and Quantum J. I feel like I'm on Romper Room. Romper Room. Drakpa, welcome over there on YouTube. All my people on YouTube, thank you for joining. TikTok, thank you for joining. And so let's get into this now. I want to talk about this because a lot of times because we've been doing this for so long. It says Ann became the number 27 member on the team. All right. All right, I got a team. All right, so now listen up. I've been doing this for so long that sometimes I forget that that everybody doesn't know this information and people are coming into knowledge of this slowly but surely. So let's get into this and understand what's going on and why I start talking about your bank account and I talk about your you know, what else I talk the bank account, your job, wages, and it was one other thing that I talked about, but I mean, because it all ties in. But anything dealing with your funds or your all capital letter estate, that belongs to you when you take control of it with these documents. All right. So let's get into this that a lot of people are not aware of and they're coming into knowledge about it. Now, we got when you were born, uh there was a system that had been set up. Now, it's called the Social Security estate or Social Security account. Some people know it as the Sesta KV Trust. All right. Basically, what happened is that we know about in 1933, the United States Corporation went bankrupt. Do not confuse that with the United States of America. There are two United States. Let's be clear on that. And I need y'all to understand this because history is being rewritten right now the same way it was being rewritten in the mid 1800s. It's being rewritten right now, and I need y'all to understand some things that will not be told to you. You can't go ask this to Chat GPT because Chat GPT gonna play stupid. No, that's not true. Chat GPT, when it comes to law and lawful information, is gonna play stupid. So let's be clear about what happened. And I'm going to give you the information so you can go and look it up for yourself. There are two United States. There's the United States of America, which is the original United States of the Republic. That means it's for the people. The United States of America is dealing with the full body of land of what we know of as North America. Then there is a United States corporation that exists and has jurisdiction and authority only over Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. That's it. That little 10 mile by 10 mile square, that's where the United States Corporation is. It is owned by Britain. It's owned by Britain. All right. So that corporation went bankrupt in 1933. All right. Now, from my understanding, let me just stop there and then we'll go into other stuff at another time. But I just want to stick to this point. When they went bankrupt, there were laws put into order that they have to abide by. All right. Why did they go bankrupt? Well, bottom line is that the people of the land had gold that they had started to put into banks. And these banks loaned that gold out to this organization or this company called United States. United States never returned that gold to the banks. And so they were deemed bankrupt, but something else went down and it had to do with Noble Drew Ali. I'm not getting into that, but bottom line, Noble Drew Ali was one of the ones who bankrupted the United States Corporation. Not to be confused with the United States of America, they are not the same. So the United States of America is not bankrupt, but the United States Corporation owned by Britain is. And there were laws put into place that these corporations had to abide by. All right. So let's understand that there is a federal side. Federal means a covenant with God. Now, if y'all have any questions, I want to answer your questions. V says, and they got evicted. Well, they might have got evicted, but they still here under another name because they are using that. By the way, that United States Corporation, just so you can go and find it for yourself, it was created in 1871, and you can look it up with the Act of 1871. And we got to get into the habit of reading these documents. I want you to go look up the Act of 1871 and read it. It's not that long. Read it. It's going to, in there, it's telling you, and I know there's some things that if you're not familiar or understanding what the different languages are in there, and sometimes, you'll see United States of America, and right over here, you'll see United States, and you don't recognize that these are two different entities. You don't recognize some of the wording that is being said, but I'm telling you to read it because in there, it's letting you know that England is a part of this and created it. It was created by them. Halo Queen Pisces. All right. So what I'm saying is we got to go and read this stuff. All right. So when you go and read, you're going to find out that there's this United States Corporation that was created with the Act of 1871 and it's owned by Britain. Okay. So there are rules that were put in place when they went into bankruptcy in 1933, and some of y'all know that as the Hague stepped in and they made these laws that this corporation had to abide by, that the United States Corporation had to abide by if they were going to continue to do business. Now, with the federal government, there is the federal government, whomever they are. I pretty much, they're seeming, according to my research, to be a foreign group. But when I say federal, these are people that are put into place. They're supposed to take care of the people. Listen, what does federal mean? Federal means covenant with God, a covenant with God. And when we're talking about federal, these are federal agents. They have to take an oath. What is this? Oh, this whole, y'all gonna start getting the spiritual side of this thing. Y'all gonna get the spiritual side of this thing when they taking oaths, and every one of those oaths end with "So help me God." They're taking an oath to God to protect God's property. Well, who is God's property? Well, the people. The people are God's property. You. And so when there's these funds that this corporation is getting when your mother signs over the birth certificate, and they get funds, and they have to put those funds in a specific place. They have to, and is that place is called a Social Security account, and is denoted by your all capital letter name and that Social Security number. There are funds there. Then they put these funds in and they start trading them. Now I need y'all to understand, when y'all hear people say, "Oh, they trade us on the stock market because we were slaves." Please come up off that narrative. What they were trading is the corporation that your mother created on the stock market. They're trading that corporation, and you want to be thankful because when they put that money in there, it might have been $1 million, but it kept compounding every year. Every time they traded, it kept compounding. And guess what? They had to put those funds in that account that's denoted by your social security number and your all capital letter name. So now it's compounding, and guess what? It still belongs to you. You just never claimed it. Your mama didn't know to tell you to claim it. She probably didn't even claim hers. But when you have knowledge and you get one of these tools, then you at least learn how to control it and keep other people from taking it over and doing all kind of things with it that you don't want done. You keep other people from taking you over, your vessel. You got to claim it. This vessel belongs to you, but you never said, this mine, this belongs to me. Well, that's what these tools are for. That's what this is for. This belongs to me. All right. So now these laws or these rules are put into place, and you have these people trading this social security estate, and it's constantly compounding. And then you now learn how to claim it such that when people are coming after your estate, your vessel, and anything else, excuse me, I stand under God. And this belongs to me. You don't have any authority or jurisdiction over it. If you have any questions, I want to hear it before I get out of here. I don't have much time. I got to go to class. How did you get access to it without the government stopping you? Let me try to stop you. But when you know, you know. Okay? So I need to go into this, and thank you for that question, Willie. Queen Pisces says, that's right, compound interest, compounding it. And then you get to take it over. You should be saying thank you, appreciate it, because it would have just been $1 million sitting in there, and inflation and all that. But somebody been trading on it. Thanks. Now give me it. Give it to me. I'm done. I appreciate it. I'll take it over from here. And let me answer this question Willie gave. How do you get access to it without government stopping you? So let me tell y'all about the different governmental agencies. Okay, you've got federal. Federal is the one who's giving the funds. I need y'all to understand that, because y'all think the United States corporation and all this, when they say government, they just clump it all into a group, and y'all don't understand there's a separation. So there's federal, there's state, meaning United States corporation owned by Britain. So when you talk about state of Georgia, state of Tennessee, state of Texas, those are colonies that belong to Britain. Those are British corporations. But when you say Georgia Republic, Tennessee Republic, those are for the de jure, if you've ever heard that term. Those are sovereign countries. Every state is a country, but you got to understand the difference. So you got federal, then you got state, meaning state of whatever, and then you got city, city of whatever, that's part of that British colony, and then you've got county, county. When you're on the private side, we deal with the county. All right. So you got to understand that when you understand how to walk, when you're creating your documents, how we're filing them, what to file, why you're filing these things, then you do business on the private side, and they don't have any choice but to do what you say. Because what you got to understand is you're really the one on the top. You're really the one they're supposed to be doing what you tell them to do. But if you don't know what to tell them, then they're going to treat you like you need to get out of this building because you don't know who you are. That's why you got to have knowledge. So the first thing, or just making sure I answer Willie's question, yeah, you got to know what the laws are. What is the law of this county corporation or county organization, what must they do when you ask them to do it? What must they do by law? How do I tell these people and make them do what I say to do when the law, because I know what the law is? How do I make them do it? Well, that's when you know law. All right. You need to know when we're on the federal side. These people work for you too. How do I make these people do what I tell them to do? And then when you're dealing with the state, and we don't deal a lot with the state, but if we choose to deal with the state, we're going to be in full control. You better have your trust. You dealing with the state, you better have one of these. You better have one of these. Because if not, they're running over you. You have entered a contract. So with your driver's license, light bill, water bill, whatever, you've entered a contract with them. Now, how do you get out of that contract? You need to learn how to rescind. You need to learn how to use these tools to your advantage when they're coming at you talking about, well, the state of Georgia got taxes and excuse me. I have something here. Okay. When, your job is talking about somebody's garnishing your wages, when the bank is telling you, well, somebody said that you owe them money, we had to give it to them. I bet you better not take a penny out of my uh my account. It belongs to you. You got to start claiming things. Coming up to you, trying to arrest you for whatever reason. Let me tell you something. The reason why I know these documents are so powerful because my students and clients, they've constantly had to use them, and I've had so many students and clients where they'll say, I really don't like to have them to be in this situation, but there have been so many times when I've had a student or a client, they have their documents on record after going through my class. And then they get pulled over and the cop is like, well, you got a warrant for your arrest in a state of whatever. And so, but you're free to go. What is that? Anybody who's ever dealt with the cops, the policy enforcers, when they see a warrant for your arrest, they turn into a bounty hunter. They turn into a bounty hunter because they ready to get some money for you and your vessel being returned to whomever's looking for you. But they got to say to you, you're free to go. You're free to go. Why? Because of the power of these tools. You have taken ownership and you have made claim. All right? So you got to start understanding this. If you want freedom, you got to have knowledge and you got to be willing to put the time and energy in to learning who you are. Now, if you're not willing to do that, then you're not ready to be free. And if you got to keep asking, oh, Diva, am I free when I do this? And am I free when I do? If you got to ask me that, then no, you're not free. You can find the link in the bio, or you can go to UNA University and feel free to, you can sign up there, leave us an email, or even if you want to leave us an inbox message on TikTok, we'd be glad to have you. CEO, I love that name. CEO Flawless Nisha. All right, CEO. What is the first step to start taking over your estate? Well, the first step, we do have the trust. The trust helps you to start taking over your estate. It's the first thing. Second thing, you got to get the knowledge though. Okay, you can't just be out here willy-nilly and you don't have a clue about how these documents work. You don't have a clue about how contracts work. You got to get the knowledge. And one of the things about the UNA University and that we're getting into acquiring your land, how to acquire your land, how to put it under trust, how to make sure that nobody's taxing you on it, how to get into it. That's what we're getting into. We're getting into acquiring whatever assets you want to acquire. What do you need to do? How do we use these tools? Because, there are blocks. People have told you, yeah, you go get your birth certificate and you going to get all the money. It doesn't work that easily. Okay. You got to have knowledge. You have to be set up. When I hear people saying there's other things, and I'm gonna say this and I need to get up out of here. But there's other things that you have to know how to do when it comes to having control of your estate. And when you start, let's say somebody gets money. You've heard about people who go to jail because they got money. And okay, why do they go to jail? This is what they're not telling you. Okay, this is what they're not telling you. If you're not under trust, and you need to be under trust, but if you're not under trust, then you don't have full control of your estate. And you also have to understand there's a mind change that goes with this thing. We've been used to, oh, I got to get permission because the government said that my name is this, and then how I'm going to change my name. I got to get permission to change my name. That's not what God said. Not my God anyway. I don't know what your God said. Do you know what your God said? Because when you know the higher laws, the maxims of law, God said this is your vessel. You can make it whatever name you want to make it. But somebody has gotten you into the mindset of no, you got to get our permission to change your name. No, I don't. No, I don't. But when you put them on notice and you know how to put them on notice, okay, then you can make a change anytime you want to. And I'm not asking for your permission. I'm just letting you know. Today, I want to be Diva Laree. All right. Tomorrow I'm gonna be somebody else. The next day I'm gonna be somebody else because I got the right to do that. Just put them on notice. I'm not asking for your permission. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. All right. So you got to get out. You got to get into the mindset of understanding. I got the right to do these things that I want to do. All right. Then you also have to start recognizing, the power of these documents, what the laws are, what your rights are. Okay. Anybody else have any questions? I hope I asked you questions. CEO said I just dropped the gem. That's right. Dropping gems, baby. Anybody have any questions? My people in YouTube, I love y'all. What y'all doing? How you doing? You all right? You feel good? All right. Any questions before I get out of here? I want to make sure I answered all the questions. Okay, so you know how much it is, $625. You can sign up. We're going to give you a consultation for it. And let me say this too before I get up out of here. We're going to vet people. All right. The people who get a membership, listen, it's not just any and everybody. We want to make sure you're a match because there are some people who think they're supposed to be free and not so much. Okay. Not so much. So we want to have a consultation with you to make sure when you're coming in here, you really understand what it means to be sovereign. It's not just about paperwork and I'm free. We gotta know if you know who you are. Okay, if you understand, if you're gonna walk in honor. Because I'm gonna just put it like this: the people who we deal with, they operate in compassion, love, kindness, compassion, and love is what I'm trying to say. Honor, integrity, respect. I'm saying it again: kindness, love, and compassion, honor, integrity, and respect. Those are the people who we deal with. And if you're not operating in that, if you think I'm gonna just get this thing, see, then the government can't touch me and I can do whatever I want to do. That's not how this works. There's a higher set of laws that you have to respect and honor. You don't just become free and then you just do whatever you do dirt to people. That's not how this works. Y'all hear people talk about, oh, them some dirty Moors or whatever. Whatever. My whole point is this. If you're not operating in those words that I mentioned, then you're not ready to be sovereign. So stay where you are because you're going to get in a whole bunch of trouble up out here. All right. I want y'all to know I love you. I got to get up out of here because I got to deal with my students. If you want a consultation, I want you to send a message to UNA University. Find the link in the bio for my people in TikTok. Leave me a message. Leave us an email. And let's get you into the class because I need you to have knowledge. Because when you have knowledge, then all of us can rise. All right, if you just ignorant and
UNA University for me.
you can't grow together.
UNA.
Thank you.
UNA.
Queen Pisces.
All your all your dreams. Land is home.
Peace. We'll see y'all next time. Once y'all send us a message, we'll catch you on the interview. Wow. Love you.
University for me.
Yes, yes, yes.
UNA.
UNA.
UNA.